What's up, Vietnam? How is it going today, traders? My name is Trap Trades. Today we're going over stock ticker AMC and the micro picture because there are a few things that have developed from the last time we made a video on AMC that are popping off, that are happening. So a while ago we drew a falling wedge pattern, and it looks like that came to fruition, which is awesome because you could have struck a trade down here at about $3 flat and you'd be up 20 cents, which is great. What I like to look for is confluence, and you can see actually it came down very, very close to the last local high. That's something you always can look for in a retest. Oftentimes you have retests of the local high and then you have a strong bounce if it is bullish. If it's not, you'll retest the local high and then you'll just absolutely get demolished. But give me 1 second while I bring up the RSI again. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. And I have so many RSIs. Holy Toledo. Let's get rid of one of them. Be gone. Ha! Get the heck out of here. Alright. So looking at the RSI on the 4 hour, you have a little bit of hidden bullish divergence. So hidden bullish divergence is when the RSI goes and makes a lower low, but price makes a higher low. This what's the word I'm looking for? This not consistent. This inconsistency, oh my goodness, I found it. Took me a while. This inconsistency between the chart and the indicator indicates that there is a slow decrease in bullish momentum, but that price will follow through. So price is stronger than the indicator, but it is beginning to fizzle out. What you like to see is on the 4 hour, you're actually above the RSI band and you are above the wedge. That is a nice look. There is still totally a world where you break down here, you break back into the wedge, and you trade all the way until you hit the trend line at $3 flat. That is a possibility. It would be a little painstaking, a little agonizing, but you'd only have to wait until like June 26th, and then you'd have a decision on whether or not AMC wants to go down for a double, triple bottom, or whether it wants to break higher. I do think that it'll break higher. Personally, I have my money on it because I think this looks nice. You actually, if you look at flat resistance here, this was flipping previous resistance into new support. And so now that you've flipped this 246 to $3 accumulation zone to support, I mean, you look at the next zone, right? So what other zone is being a total pain in the butt? You look at 380. 380 would be my next zone to see resistance. Let's change that from a gap fill to a regular. So you would target 380 and say, hey, can I form some kind of inverse head and shoulders pattern in a greater U shape? Can I form some kind of inverse head and shoulders and trade into this wedge, this triangle? Totally possible. And then you look to take out your next target of 380. Once you take out 380, let's zoom out a little bit. What other spot is resistance and support? I mean, you see right away 412. You bounced so crazy on it here. You rejected it here. So you can see 412. What else we got? Past 412? Honestly, there's not a whole lot. Past 412, it's kind of just a free ride up to 550-ish. I think you could say $5 flat is resistance zone. because this topped out right there and you got absolutely obliterated. And then past that, guys, that is what I'm talking about. That is where it starts to get exciting. Past 510, I mean 780, and then you look to go back to double digits. So if AMC and GME can muster up some kind of courage, some kind of willpower and life, then the sky's the limit, because you're out of the Holy Grail trend line. RSI's on your side. Now you just need some kind of news or catalyst and lack of dilution from AMC and GME. And then you will absolutely do crazy things. I think so. I'm still targeting this gap fill at $12.14, and then you have a gap fill at $19, and then the holy gap fill at $42. $42 is a pipe dream. I do think it'll get there eventually. I'm just not sure if I'm willing to wait. But that's all I got for today, guys. Please make sure, like, subscribe, share it, go touch grass. It's a beautiful Monday morning. So please, please, please help me get to 50 subscribers. I'd like to live stream, and that is one of the requirements to live stream, is I have to get 50 subscribers. So have a wonderful day, guys, and peace.